It's all about destroying us. It really is. Okay, let's do some fun stories. Let's do some fun news for once. We'll get away from the seriousness of news. We'll do a better Bachelor story. OnlyFools skyrockets to an all-time highs, more popular than ever. So simps are simping and hoes are hoeing, and everybody's raking in the money. And just like normal, nobody wants to date these women afterwards. And these guys are not dating either. And so things are falling apart. This is from The Blubber, which is a website from the Unusual Whales. He talks about finance and economics and things like that. He says, OnlyFans. Oh, I got to change the words. I forgot because I'm also going to put this on YouTube, and I don't want to blot this out so many times. OnlyFools reported record revenue and profits for its fiscal year 2023, driven by a 29% increase in the number of creators, which reached 4.12 million. So it's not a 29% increase in the amount of money being made. It's 29% increase in the number of people creating content. 4 million people. You know, bailouts are great, aren't they? Isn't it great to have a bailout? If you look good in a bikini, you got a bailout. Probably enough at least to pay your electricity and your cell phone, if not your mortgage. They say gross payments through the platform grew by 19% for the year, ending November 30th of 2023, rising from $5.55 billion in 2022 to $6.63 billion. According to a regulatory filing from parent company Phoenix International, these figures reflect payments made by users minus sales tax, refunds, and deferred income. And you know why no one wants to do anything about this? Because the taxes are good, the money's good for the company, the money is probably good for the lobbyists, the money is good for the content creators. Man, talk about a fall from grace. The world is going to hell in a handbasket, man, I tell you. They say this translates to a total creator payouts of $5.32 billion, averaging nearly $1,300 per creator, a 19% increase year over year. Now, here's what's interesting. They can say it averages $13,000 per creator, but the truth is there are content creators like Bad Bobby and whatever, and Amaranth and others that are making like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 million a month. And for every one of those that's making 20 million a month, there's 20 million content creators, not necessarily, but I mean, there's a crap ton of content creators that are showing their starfish on the internet making $10 or $20 a month. I wish I'd pulled up one of those stories, but I've read them before. How these OnlyFools content creators put themselves all out there doing not only just bad pictures, but videos doing heinous acts on the internet, and they're crying because they make $13 an hour, averaged out over, I don't know, 2 hours. Like, they're not making much money. They say net revenue for the company rose 20% to $1.31 billion, while pre-tax profits surged 25% to $658 million. Approximately 66% of the company's revenue came from the U.S. My gosh, man. I've got to beg you guys. Look, the internet is free. The internet is free. Go watch your content. I get wanting to watch the content. I get it. The internet is free. Go watch some of that. But be careful, because a lot of the sites you use are videos of people that did not consent to it. I don't know how you search that stuff out. I don't watch it myself, so I can't answer that. But at least make sure the content is of somebody that actually wants to do it, and that they're legally able to do it. Because there's a lot of content out there that's bad stuff. Like it harms people. But number two, stop giving your money away to this stuff. Have I mentioned that there's a wonderful website you can go to called Locals for $3 a month? Sorry, I couldn't resist. There's other things to do with your money, fellas. Invest it. Invest it towards a home. Invest it in the market. Invest it in crypto. Invest it. You know what? Invest it in weight. Buy some weights you can use at your own house. Even if it's just a couple of, 35-pound kettlebells, and use it to work out. Do anything but give it to these people. These people hate you. They make fun of you. They call you pay pigs. They don't like you. Stop giving your money to this. This is billions and billions of dollars that young men, married men, other people could do something productive with. Stop paying these women to do this stuff. And at a certain point, and I get hate for this every time I say it, but I don't care because it's my opinion. I get young men wanting to find, I don't know, a faux relationship. Go to AI. Go make some male friends. Go watch football. Go watch movies with people that you enjoy. BetterBachelor.locals.com. We do movies every Friday night. Do something where you're spending money with guy friends that actually care about you. These are not real relationships. They stop you from actually growing and becoming better and bettering yourself. Go lift some weights. Go touch grass. Go meet real people. Go down to the local pub and talk football if you're American, or go talk football if you're European. Like, do something else, guys. I genuinely mean this. This is not bettering your life. It's like a salve or a Band-Aid on what troubles you. This is a bad direction to go down with your life. Just do something else. I saw this story, but this is from 2 days ago, guys. 2 days ago. So this is current. Men are too insecure to date OnlyFools models. All the reasons the OnlyFools models can't find a date. See, instead of being in reality, and these women saying, men don't like us because we're skeezy and we're putting ourselves on the internet and we're showing men everything that we are, or we're actually doing acts on video, showing every inch of our body. And men don't want to date that. Now, men will sleep with that, but they don't want to date it. Instead of coming to that reality and saying, okay, this is the way the world works, maybe I should cut it out. No, that would take accountability. And women and accountability go together like oil and water. But now instead they say men are too insecure to date them. Okay, go with that. Let me know how that works out for you. See, they think that this story makes women feel better. This story makes women feel better. This story does not work on men. This story does not shame men. Men do not care. You can say whatever you want, trying to force us to do this. We're not going to. Now, maybe you might get some, I don't know, simpy blue-pilled leftoid weirdos that have purple hair. Maybe those dudes will listen. Destiny would probably listen. But the rest of us that actually have a testosterone number above double digits will not listen to this. They say it's undeniable. There's a stigma around doing this kind of work, the bedroom work. Yes, there is. Yes. Yep. 100%. Regardless of how sex-positive society has become, the average person cannot separate the bedroom from its natural purpose. Oh, no, we can. They say, while sex does not guarantee love or emotional intimacy, we cannot pretend that they are entirely separate. Very good point. Very good point. You can't pretend that they're separate. So when a woman sleeps with a man and a man and a man and a man, and she needs social media attention, and she needs those likes, and she needs those comments because she's hollow and empty inside, you're right. It doesn't guarantee it. And so she's sleeping with all these people, and she doesn't get love. She doesn't get intimacy. But you say in your own sentence, it's not entirely separate. You're right. So this damages women. It damages them. You don't know it, but you're admitting it yourself, Medium magazine. You're admitting it's damaging women. And then you're upset with us because it's like, why don't men want to date damaged women? Spoiler alert, because they're damaged. They say OnlyFools and the epidemic of spicy content. In the modern culture, this kind of content has become a normal part of our lives. It's on Instagram. It's in advertisements at the bus station. It's in movies and TV shows. But most of all, it's readily accessible at our fingertips. Only if you go looking for it. But I now maybe it is on Instagram. I don't know. But I haven't seen any corn. I haven't seen any of that on advertisements at the bus station. What city do you live in? I'm just curious. What kind of movies and TV shows are you watching? Because I would like to avoid those, please. Seeing someone's upper thigh or cleavage used to raise eyebrows. Now it's just another Tuesday. Most people wouldn't bat an eye. Agreed. But it doesn't mean that's a good thing. In this culture where bodies are sexualized everywhere, people are looking for more in the type of the saucy content they consume. Some people are, but not everywhere, all the time, incessantly. You know, it used to be, if you go back to the pictures from the 1950s and the 1960s of black and white photos. Actually, Bo just shared one right there. If you go share these old photos and you see a woman with a lot of cleavage, you're like, oh, wow, look at that. Like a Hollywood actress or something. Or you remember if you watch Shawshank Redemption, right? When I forget who the actress was in a movie, and she tossed her hair and said, hello, boys, or whatever she said. Or they show a little bit of leg. Men were like, woo, exciting. This is exciting. We've become so desensitized now that women are walking around with nothing on, and you're just kind of like, you can see that on Twitter. You can see it on the web. Women are walking around with nothing on, and you're like, yeah, okay, whatever. Been there, done that. How do you go beyond nothing on? How do you reverse that? You can't. There's nothing unless you're going to start peeling her skin off. That's it. You've hit apex. There's nothing left to save. And now men are getting numb to it. There's young men right now, and I kid you not, this is a story I read. It's not linked to this, but I did read a story about this. Young men are having to take ED, which is erectile dysfunction medication, and they're 24 years old. Why? Because they're desensitized. They've seen this stuff on the internet since they were like 15. It's burning them out. We've reached the end of the road. Congratulations, you're at the end of the internet. Turn around and start over. So going further with this isn't going to work. Men are done with it, or they should be done with it. You know, there's movements now of men, like the No Nut November, of guys saying, you know what, dude, save your seed. Just relax, stay away from this stuff. Stay away from this stuff. Go hit the gym. Go better yourself. It's a trap. It literally is a trap. Get away from this. And maybe this would mean that men get away from this kind of content. The people making it would lose money. And then, since they're not making money, they're not OnlyFools garden tools, and they return to maybe be, over the course of, I don't know, half a generation or in a few years, maybe they return to being normal women again. And men, because they're all amped up because they haven't, you know, with the lotion and the tissues, haven't popped off 3 times in a day, maybe men's testosterone goes up and they start going out and talking to women and they start being more traditional. I don't know what needs to change, but what they're describing is the exact problem. And then they're blaming men because we won't go down this road with them. They say this is what led to an uptick of the OnlyFools platform. Yeah, no kidding. They say single or lonely, unfulfilled men are looking for a connection through intimacy, but this isn't a real connection. One of the differences between OnlyFools and traditional movies, subscribers pay to interact. Yeah, but you're not getting a real interaction. They say whether it's selling a girlfriend experience or going on video calls, sending messages, or some other way of interacting, OnlyFools give these workers a platform to interact with your clients. And it gives certain clients a certain degree of intimacy with their content. But it's not. Because if you tell one of them, you know what, I'm having a really bad day. I'm just in a bad place. Is she going to say, you know what, go find some friends. I can't pay my bills. You know what? Stop paying for my service. Go find some. They're not going to say that to you. They're going to say, well, for $10 more, I'll send you a virtual hug and a kissy face, and maybe that'll make you feel better. Like, stop. Just stop. They say, while this has proven to be a lucrative business for women, it also led to many negative consequences. Many OnlyFools content creators feel their work is less invasive than doing the spicy stuff or actually going online to meet clients because they aren't physically interacting with their clients. But it still comes with immense stigma. Yeah, and it should. They say plenty of men will admit they'd never date an OnlyFools model. They say at first dating a woman who's in this industry may sound sexy. Most women in this industry are objectively attractive. Yeah, or have had procedures. Yeah, there's the winner. Where is it?
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
They've had procedures. They put on makeup. They fake you out, and then you get to meet them in the real world. They're less attractive. They got the Botox. They've had work. And they're narcissistic. And they're mean. And they're entitled. That's the biggest part they don't talk about. All these women that have all these followers and all this love and attention, they're hateful. They don't like normal, everyday people because we're not the beautiful ones or we're not spending money on them. They say they're also perceived to be more available for the bedroom rather than being sexually frigid or stingy, the way many women are stigmatized to be. I would find it a miracle if you could meet a woman that is stingy or frigid. Now, let me correct that. Frigid to her boyfriend, frigid to her date, or stingy that she doesn't want to sleep with her boyfriend or whatever. I don't think that's much of a problem. I think the problem is women find 90% of men not worthy, and once they get married, and once they say once they get married, once they get in a long-term relationship, then they become frigid and stingy with their husband because they're probably finding some side dude. They say, however, when you take something that's meant to be for just one person and offer it to virtually anyone, it significantly drops in value. Exactly. Wow. This is coming from Medium? How is it that they're agreeing with me? How is it they agree with me? They say, we can pretend this isn't the case, but this is ingrained into human psychology. Holy crap. Who is this based person? Ariana E. Do I have an image or a picture of Ariana E? How is it that Ariana E and I are agreeing? Is there a photo of her? No, of course not. Probably because she's a fat feminist. How are we on the same page, Ariana? What is going on? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
She says no man wants to know that hundreds or thousands of other men have access to his woman's body, even if it's just through images or video. Others seeing her body is enough to cause discomfort. Ariana and I are on the same page. What the hell? This topic came up on a popular podcast recently where one OnlyFools model chimed in. Men don't date me because they're too insecure. Women will tell themselves this lie. The only reason they're struggling in this department... Did this just get started to be written by a different person? Coach... My dog's sleeping and he's kicking the wall. I hear this clicking behind me. He's like flailing against the wall. He's chasing rabbits or something in his sleep. Did Coach Red Pill just take over and start writing this? What's going on? This is crazy. They say women will tell themselves this lie. The only reason they're struggling in this department is because men are too insecure in themselves to feel comfortable with other men sharing their women's body. Yeah, it's not insecure. This isn't really an insecurity thing, though. It's a relationship issue. When you take something that was meant for one person and distribute it as a commodity to the masses, it no longer holds value. Men just don't want to deal with that. Did I change articles midstream? What is going on? The sad truth, OnlyFools models are severely misguided. Many women who choose to go down this path think that they can make their money while they're young, retire from the work, and settle down later in life with a good man who loves them. Hold on. There's a bigger problem than that. Women think they can do it while they're young and retire from the work and settle down later with a good man who loves them. But the problem is they get addicted to that money. They get addicted to the narcissism. They get addicted to the likes and the comments and the adulation and the unending, oh, you're beautiful, baby, and me and you, and you're perfect, and you're awesome. Yeah, it is a bait and switch with a title. I got baited and switched. I thought I was going to be reading something that I could mock. Now I'm just reading my own words being spit back at me. I got, oh, you Medium magazine, you fooled me. But they get addicted to that stuff, and then they don't want to let it go. And so now you see 40 and 50 and 60-year-old grandmas trying to be the gilf and the milf and all the other crap out there, and they can't let it go. So there is no retiring. It's just aging into the sunset. They say the problem with this is twofold. One, the internet is forever. Once the photos go out and the videos go out, you have no control over who sees them. And two, why settle for a woman that does this kind of work in her past when you can find one without this type of history? Exactly. They say the harsh reality is this: doing this work significantly reduces your ability to have a healthy, stable, romantic relationship in the future. It thwarts your ability to share your body intimately with a single partner for the rest of your life. When you spend a significant portion of your life seeing your body and your activity as a commodity, it becomes extremely difficult to make the mental shift that is required to have a healthy relationship with a romantic partner. It's not impossible, but it may take years of therapy and healing to once again experience the bedroom the way it was intended to be. Not enough people think like this. Your brain, heart, and body do not work like a light switch. Maybe this is I think this is a dude that is, his pseudonym is a woman. This is, I think you're a fan of mine, aren't you? Whoever wrote this. You secretly watch me and content like mine. and you just pretend to be a woman, and you're writing this for the masses because I can't write worth anything. I write like a monkey banging on a keyboard. So thank you, fellow viewer and or content creator that also does this, for agreeing with me. True intimacy is not something that can be bought or sold. Bad things happen when we pretend our bodies, and okay, that's just a summation. Like, I'm really surprised. I am really, really, written by Ariana E., writer for Hello Love. I don't know who this Ariana E. is. Does she have social media? Oh, here's a click to X. Is that for Hello Love? Hello Love that writes articles for Medium Magazine. Right here, it has an X, and it says visit Hello Love on Twitter. I clicked it, and it opened the Good Men's Project. Bravo. 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 That amazing. Amazing. They caught me. They caught me. I thought it was some crazy feminist. The Good Men Project, creeping around on the internet, pretending to be women or having women write for them or publish them, and they're getting men's words out on Female Women's Magazine. Bravo. I stand in the presence of greatness. And you guys, this is a live stream. You guys are not, no, I'm not faking this because we're doing this live. I just got trolled. I'm okay with being catfished by the Good Men Project. Bravo, good sir. Why am I not following them? I just realized that. Good job. Good job. I like that. That is epic. Wow, that is epic. I'm not going to read this story because I think I did a story on this when I first, like back when it happened in March. But it's a, single mother and a content creator suffers her own consequences, suffers her own consequences after she lashes out at men who don't want to date her because of her videos, her content. You're fun to date, but not a wife. And this is her. I did a video on this, so I'm not going to reread it, but this is the example we're talking about. There's a whole ton of dudes, guys. There's a whole ton of dudes that look at this and they're like, yep. I mean, yes, warning signs, tattoo, warning signs, implants, warning signs, fake lashes, warning signs, Botox and makeup, warning signs, doing the content that she does. I don't think any of us men disagree with that. And then if you ask guys, would you sleep with her? Or would you hook up with her for a couple of months, even though she's a single mom? A lot of guys would be like, to tap that for a couple months after an STD test? Yeah. Yeah, why not? That's good looking. Why not? Would you ever get in a long-term relationship with her, marry her, trust her, support her work, introduce her to your mother? Hell no.
Oh, wait, you serious?
Not in this lifetime. See, that's what, and I did a video on this, so I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole again. Women need to understand the term bangable. She is bangable. She's not dateable. She's not marryable, marriage material. I wouldn't even be friends with her. A lot of guys wouldn't be friends with her. Like, why would I want to hang around and talk to her? Would you bang her, though? Yeah. Until women understand bangable, they're never going to get it. All right, let's do a dating profile of the day. I wish I still had my music I could use, but that got copyright struck, so I don't have any music. If anybody, and if any of you are content creators that could make some unique music for a dating profile of the day intro, because I used to do the dun 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 dun, like you won money on a or prize money on an award show. If any of you do that, reach out to me at Bachelor Joker on Twitter. Send me a link to it. All right, dating profile. This is what we talk about. This is exactly what happens when you're either a content creator or you're a skeezy girl that goes out to the clubs or you date the wrong dude or whatever. Because let me see if I can do this. Can I, let me see if I can do this. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get creative here. If I just do this, now again, I know a lot of you would be like, no way I'm going to date that. I get that. I get it. But you'd be like, hey, she's got some little perky B cups or A cups or B cups going on there. She's got a cute face, lots of warning signs with the tattoos and the face piercings, but I'd at least take her out and see what she's about. She's 21. They scratched it out, but I can see the 2 and the 1 right here. She's 21 years old. Pregnant and single. Don't make it weird. Well, I'm not going to make it weird. You already made it weird. And the fact that you're uncomfortably undressed and pregnant. You're the one, of all the people in the room right now, we're the ones that are uncomfortable, not you. Trust me with that. And the weirdest part is she's not looking for a new baby daddy, just a good time. Just, hey guys, it's like the other profile I did the other day. Hey guys, I'm already pregnant, so you can't get me pregnant. Come have a good time. Oh my God. Is it? And here's the weird part, right? It'd be easy to say this is why men swipe. Like, this is why men get off dating apps. Because it's not just this one. It's a lot of them. And none of them reply to you. Even when you're like, this is horrible. I'm going to swipe on this as a goof, as a joke, just to see what happens. And then she doesn't match with you because she's too good for you. That is just about what all men experience on these dating apps. But wait, ladies and gentlemen, there's more. This is the other experience that men get on dating apps. Now, this is they exchanged numbers, they got off the dating apps, and now they're messaging on what I assume is an iPhone. And she says, first date definitely should be public, though. And this guy, because he's smart and he listens to men's content, he says, true, we both got to ensure survival. So he's like, you know what? Yeah, you might be crazy. I don't want to get accused of doing something I didn't do. We definitely got to meet in public. And she says, definitely so. As a standard, I do charge $200 for a date. Do you know what this is? I'm going to have to drop these words out of YouTube, ironically. Do you know what this is? Prostitution with extra steps, except you're not doing the prostitution part. You pay me $200, and I definitely won't do anything with you, but you got to pay $200 just to hang out with me. What? As a standard, I do charge $200 for a date. Charging for dates isn't about devaluing oneself, but rather recognizing the worth of one's time and companionship. Okay, let's stop there for a second. My time is equal to your time. There's no devaluing oneself. You recognize the worth of your time and companionship, and spoiler alert, it is the same as the value of my time and companionship. How much do you charge? $200 an hour? What a coincidence. That's what I charge for time and companionship, so we'll call it even. She wouldn't accept that, though. Because if she is pretty enough, she now expects men, I don't know what, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 dates a week to go out with her and pay her $200. She's making $2,000 a week just trying to go out on dates. No, that's not how any of this works. She said by setting a price, it communicates a level of respect for oneself and ensures that the time spent together is mutually valued. So she doesn't value your time, so you give her $200. And then she will mutually value your time together because you're here and she's here, but with your $200, I will respect your time and we're equal value for as long as your $200 in the change meter doesn't run out. It also filters out those who may not be serious about the connection, fostering a more meaningful and genuine interaction. So they either give you $200 or they're not genuinely interested in a connection. Spoiler alert, you're not interested in the connection because you're trying to charge me $200. So GTFO, get out of here. So after all of this stuff over and over and over again, and then men say, I'm off the dating apps. I'm out of dating. I'm not talking to anybody right now. This is why. You women are doing it to yourselves.